Did you know that you have to be like children in order to get into heaven? Now, let me tell you a story that it was powerful but simple at the same time. Now, I was in my cousin's house and his kid was right next to me. That day, he was giving me so much love. I went to pick up something, and at the same time, I pulled back my arm, and then he leaned forward, and then his head collided with my elbow right there. He started crying and saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So I'm guessing that whenever he's in trouble, he just says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But he taught me a very powerful lesson. One, it was his innocence, that he not knowing that it wasn't his fault, he was apologizing to me. Like, I'm sorry, and crying his eyes out. He was right there next to me. He didn't get mad. He didn't run away. He didn't curse me out. He was apologizing, not even knowing that it was a natural accident. That's why in Matthew 18:3, it says this. And the Bible's right here. Surely I say to you, unless you are converted and become as little children, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. That is extremely powerful. Now, how many of us, because we are going through a tough tribulation, instead of leaving, instead of cursing God out, how many of us stay there at the presence of God? In Proverbs 3 verse 5, it says, lean not on your own understanding. And that's what God wants us to do, to be like children, to give 100% full trust to God. Even though that we're hurting, we're confused, we don't know what's going on. It wasn't even our fault, but he wants us to be there with him. Like he taught me a very powerful lesson and a real life example how we should be to get to the kingdom of heaven. God bless. Until next time, guys. Peace.